It's all about the next day, and this team has to continue to do things the right way, and the process has to be good. The process offensively was not good on Sunday against UCLA and Pleco. I thought that the process was pretty good Friday night against Cole, and I thought the process for the first 6 innings was very good against Bauer. So I thought 15 of the first 8 innings, 18 innings of the first 2 games, I thought we played well. And then Sunday, we didn't swing the bat well. We played good defense and we pitched well, but we swung the bat good enough in the ninth inning to get a win. So, we're in a situation right now where we're going to take the wins any which way we can get them. I think if you look back at a couple of years ago when Fresno State won the national championship, they were 31-27. I think they ended up 48-21. They got hot at the right time. I'm not going to stop saying this until game 56. This is a good team that I coach. I believe in this team. But this team will not have success being as loose as it is. It has to do things the right way. We don't have a large room for error, and we play and we go about our business at times like we have a lot of room for error, which we don't. And then you combine that with who you play. We've had an absolute murderous roll in the schedule from Fresno State to Cal to Stanford to UCLA. This weekend at Arizona State doesn't get any easier. So, but we've seen it before. It's like I heard a great quote by Coach I think Stevens with Butler. He talked about when Butler played for the national championship again. It wasn't beyond their imagination because they've already been there. We've been in the same situation. Like I said, we're 2-7 in the Pac-10. At times we've been at 3-6. So, we just got to do things the right way. And if you do things the right way, I think you got a chance to come on top more often than not. Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, both teams are familiar with each other. Gonzaga, I'm assuming they're still ranked one of the top 25 teams in the country. I think they just swept San Diego. And that's, we beat them twice, and that should give us some confidence. I don't think Gonzaga's lost a home game other than us, so that should be confidence for our team. We should play better at home, too, and have confidence at home, but, it's a brand new day, and we got to go out today and play as hard as we possibly can. We got to play smart, we got to play together, and if you do those 3 things, you got a chance to win. Yeah, he has, and we just haven't had the right situations for him to pitch, to him to get his more innings that we like to have him, so we figured a start's a way that can get him some innings, and you can have that same approach in today's start that he had out of the pen against Stanford. It'll give us a good chance. I hope so, Vince. I do, especially with all the kids that we have returning. I mean, I think the Cougs led the country last year and come from behind wins. So we have a lot of those kids on the team again. So they should feel that. But new year, new team, new thoughts, new experiences. So to have 2 against the types of teams we played, it's got to be a positive for your team. There's just no other way to think it wouldn't be. I hope so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's only been a couple schools in the Pac-10 that have been in back-to-back NCAA tournaments, and we're one of them. So we know how to get there. We know what it takes to get there, and they were both years kind of in this situation to have to get into that position. So hopefully, and like you said, it's certainly if you're in a certain league, you're geared up for one weekend because hey, I got to play well that weekend to get in this. In this league, every single weekend could be a signature win, whether it's Stanford or UCLA or Cal. I mean, you go down the list every weekend, you have an opportunity. That's why the NCAA does a good job of looking at RPI. They look at strength of schedule. I mean, there are teams that are similar, but you look at ours. I think our strength of schedule is 5th or 7th. I think our record's probably different if we have the 200th ranked schedule in the country, but we have a tough schedule, and we're not going to cry about it because that's what helps this team. That's why it's great to play a good Gonzaga team on a Tuesday because you're getting a similar opponent on Tuesday that you get on the weekend. So we don't want to have the dips in our program. We want to play well against teams that we have to play with on a consistent basis on the weekends. Absolutely, because there's there are some teams that have to play teams that'll hurts them, and then sometimes when you're playing in a different part of the country, I've seen some of those ACC or SEC teams and they're playing a mid-major that it's probably a huge game for that mid-major, and they're playing up. I don't think this is a huge game for Gonzaga or Washington State when it comes to that. I think both teams are quality programs and they want to win the game. They want to play hard, but it's not. There's no more motivation for either team. Both teams goes out and they play hard. Yeah, we'll go Conley, Arnold, and Wise, and if you do your homework, Arizona State's You know, they're one of the top 10 programs in the country. You know, they did go to Oregon State, and they got swept at Oregon State. I think it's the first sweep they've ever been a part of since I want to say somebody said since '99 or something, some ungodly number. So very uncharacteristic of that club, and that's a great program with good coaching and great players. And yeah, it's you know, I will definitely start thinking more about Arizona State after tonight's ball game.